As a kid, I loathed my parents' life lessons. I called them lectures. The dinner table, the car, the yard. These were all places my parents would lecture me, us. I would put 2 forks full of potatoes in my mouth or eat a burger in 4 bites to finish quickly so I did not have to endure these lectures. Man, I would pretend that I'd have a headache when I just suspected that my parents would want to take me on an errand because I knew that once I got into that car, I would be trapped while they were on their soapbox preaching, lecturing me, and forcing me to listen against my will. As a child, my mother would call us into the kitchen for our daily dose of cod liver oil and a spoonful of canned beets. Although I love beet burgers now, fresh beets are bad enough, but can you imagine eating canned beets? Canned beets are the food of demons. I mean, I can't stand canned beets now. I can't stand beets, even though, like I said, I like beet burgers. After consuming either the oil or the beets, I felt ill. I felt sick to my stomach. The taste, the texture triggered a vomit reflex in me. She would force us to eat because she said, "This is good for you." My parents' life lessons, they were like cod liver oil. They were like canned beets to my soul. As I age, the lessons my parents burrowed into my soul in my youth actually light my path today. While brushing my teeth, sitting in the passenger seat while driving a car, while eating dinner around the table with my 3 other siblings and my parents, they would plant lessons of life into my soul. The age-old lessons serve as a guide for me in my life journey today, and these lessons speak to me up until this day. If I were to think about one lesson that I really appreciate that my parents have given to me, is the lesson of do it until it's right. When one labors to complete a project, he or she must persist until he or she does it right. Not perfect, but right. Sometimes I imagine myself at the dinner table and my mom in this stern, no fucking around tone of voice, frown on her face as she takes bites in between bites of her food. She would say, "Once you start something, work until it's right. Sit up, boy. Eat that food and listen up." And she would say, "It ain't got to be perfect, but it got to be done right." That life lesson and many others have walked alongside of me in days of confusion that I can't even begin to explain. Those lessons have told me go this way or go that way. They have told me stay from that or stay from this. Go there or go here. These lessons have directed my path. Occasionally, I feel like I'm in a dark room without knowledge of its dimensions. I don't know what's in it, but it's almost like an earring backing has fallen on the floor, and I've been recruited to search for it in this dark room, not knowing where the earring backing has fallen, but I've got to be on my hands and knees, groping without a clue in this big room, not knowing what's in it, not knowing where the hell the backing went. I want to stop. I want to stop. I can't find the backing in a room like this. I want to stop and leave the job half done. I want to leave it half-assed, like my coaches would say. But the rays of my parents' message travel through time and they light my way. When I was a child, the lessons that I'm sharing with you caused me to stumble. They didn't seem to light my path very well. They hindered me, it seemed. But now, as I have time to reflect and think about it retrospectively, I see my parents' life lessons have directed my footsteps. Now I feed my children those same life lessons, to which they respond by rolling their eyes, smacking their lips, and sometimes, every now and then, they actually apply my life lessons. I know my life lessons my parents taught me, work until you do it right. That lesson in particular will light my path, have lit my path, and it will certainly light their path as well. And hopefully, a lesson like work until it's done right will light your path as well. If you like this content, like it, subscribe to it, visit my blog at growthucator.wordpress.com.